to talking about football, we're probably going to take a lot of time between episodes until the season actually starts.
There's literally nothing to talk about.
Except we're doing our predictions as of right now. Now, after the draft and everything like that, we have them all right here. So we're going to start out with the AFC North. I don't know what everybody has. The AFC North, I have the Ravens number one because hopefully Lamar's going to be healthy all year this year. Well, that's all he needs to prove, no?
Who else does he have?
That's kind of like saying that the Chiefs. That's kind of like saying that the Chiefs only have Kelsey.
No, they have they picked up some.
Okay. What do you guys have for one?
I have Browns. The Browns.
He has the Browns. He has the Bengals. I have the Ravens. So I have the Ravens first, Browns second, and that's with Deshaun Watson. That's an exception. Because if Deshaun Watson gets suspended, I don't know. They have an easy schedule at the start of the year, so it might not matter. But the Browns, without Watson, depending on how long it is, could go from being a 1 seed, or they could be 1 or 3. But we all know Steelers are finishing last, right?
Yeah. I have the Ravens at 2.
I have the Ravens at 3.
And I have the Browns at 3.
It's a good division. They're all gonna.
The top 3 could all be number 1 at any point in the season until it just.
Yes, well, that's
Deshaun Watson. That's top 3. Steelers are 4.
My bad.
Anyways,
and then Deshaun Watson, that could make or break the Bengals season.
Deshaun Watson could break the Bengals season.
Or sorry, Browns.
Anyways, we have the East. It's obvious the AFC champion favorites, Super Bowl favorites, everything. The Bills they're going all the way this year. The Bills are definitely going to be the first in the AFC East. I also have the Dolphins second. I think that the Dolphins have a lot more now with picking up Tyreek Hill. I have the Jets at 3.
Same.
I have the Jets at 3. Now, why is because they had a great draft. They had a great draft, and I think they picked up somebody too, didn't they? Or was that
The Eagles.
No, okay then.
And the Patriots just suck ass.
The Jets had an amazing draft, and they have an easy schedule because they were a bad team last year. The Pats got a harder schedule because they didn't suck as bad, so they have a harder schedule, and their first round pick went to somebody who can't even block a single back. So what do you guys have?
I got Patriots at 2.
What?
Because,
That's a great reason.
That's
a great reason.
Patriots at 2. I have Dolphins at 2.
Can you back that up at all?
There's some dark magic with Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick is old.
There's some dark magic.
He drafted Cole Strange in the first round.
I got the Dolphins at 3. Tua could improve a little bit to help Tyreek. And then I got the Jets at 4 because.
Okay, but the thing is though with the Jets is I think that Zach Wilson's gonna have a great comeback season because last year not comeback, but he's gonna improve a lot this season. Last year he started out really rough, but the last couple games he actually started to show signs of being really good.
That could have just been because he was a rookie though. That's
what we're saying.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I think he's gonna get better next year.
Yeah.
They picked up a lot of needed help. I think that Michael Carter is super underrated too.
They drafted Brees Hall though.
I know, but I'm just saying. I think that Michael Carter is super underrated. And then we've got the AFC South.
Did Connor say his picks?
Yeah, he had the same as me.
Okay.
What do you guys have for the South?
I had Colts, the Titans, Jags.
Colts, the Titans, the Falcons, the Jags.
Falcons, Texans.
Yeah, Texans. I can't read my.
So you have the Texans above the Jags?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, I think that the Texans.
I think the last 2 could be interchangeable.
I think the Texans are okay. They're gonna suck. They're rebuilding and everything like that. The Jags, I think that Trevor Lawrence is gonna have a better year this year. I believe that with the new coach, they're gonna be a lot better. I think that they're gonna finish 7-10, 6-11 maybe.
Who?
The Jags.
What? Yeah, no.
6-11. That's what I said. 7-10, 6-11.
Is that a bad thing about Kobe?
What? Anyways, the AFC West is probably one of the hardest divisions to predict. I don't know what you.
Broncos number 1.
You're right.
I had the Chargers one. I'm a Chiefs fan, but I'm not a biased Chiefs fan, even though he's a biased Broncos fan. They lost. The Broncos lost people. One of them's in jail for beating his girlfriend. What do you mean?
And he's defending it!
No, I'm not.
Anyway, the Chargers I had a one because they were already good last year. They beat the Chiefs once. I think they beat them once.
Yeah.
At the start of the year.
Field goal.
But they beat the Chiefs at the start of the year, and now they have a lot better defense, and their offense is still good. Like, Austin Eckler is only going to get better. Justin Herbert's only going to get better. Mike Williams is overrated, but he's still good.
Keenan Allen.
Is overrated.
But still good. That's what I mean. Chargers won. I had the Chiefs at 2. What do you have at 1, actually?
Chargers.
What do you have 2?
Chiefs.
Okay,
I
so
got
me...
Chiefs at 2.
The Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill, but I think
They got.
I think they gave up their best receiver for a better receiving core.
That's the dumbest thing.
But Tyreek Hill wasn't always like super consistent.
Well, they just run double coverage on him, and then
Yeah.
he wouldn't get as many yards. So
But
now that
when-
they have more people to throw to, maybe it'll make their offense better.
Maybe.
You never know until
But they got
actually
that.
play.
They got a really good kid. Good job. Pretty sure.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Sky Moore.
Yeah, there we go. That's his name.
Sky Moore. They drafted Sky Moore. I think they picked up a running back too.
Jack McFlynn. Ronald Jones.
We couldn't.
They picked up Ronald Jones in free agency.
No, but thinking of Juju and
Sky Moore,
Yeah,
and they
Sky
also
Moore.
picked up Valdez Scantling.
He's not that good.
Valdez Scantling's super underrated. He got overshadowed by Devontae Adams all the time.
he was on the same team as Devontae. I think that he was good. It was-
Then people realized this year when Hunter Renfrow was the number one option when Darren Waller and everyone else was injured.
Who else did they have there besides
Darren Waller,
Yeah, besides Waller. Who else?
they didn't,
Exactly.
which is why
Ryan
they showed
Edwards.
him. That's why he showed out. He's one of the best route runners in the NFL. He doesn't have the best hands, but he's one of the best route runners in the NFL. I had him as a top 30 receiver.
That's not a hot take.
No, I know it's not a hot take. No, I think I put him
I
at
mean, you could argue for top 20 with him.
yeah, I think I put him at 18. I can't remember though because it was a while ago. And then Broncos at 4 because they just keep losing.
Realistically,
I have the Broncos at 3 and the Raiders at 4.
Realistically,
realistic. Yeah, that word.
Realistically?
Yeah, realistically, it's probably Chargers and Chiefs 1 and 2, Broncos, Raiders 3 and 4. I think the Chargers and Chiefs are gonna be really good this year just because they haven't in the past, and then honestly the Broncos and Raiders.
the only thing that I can see is that the Chargers don't have the greatest O line, and it's okay. It's not as good as the Chiefs, and the Broncos kind of it's interchangeable. You never know. The Chargers don't have the greatest O line, and everybody else has a decent pass rusher. You've got Max Crosby.
The Raiders, if Max Crosby gets hurt, the Raiders have a bottom.
Yeah. You got Max Crosby. You've got Bradley Chubb. You've got
Yeah, I think that's only Bradley Chubb. Johnson was good, but we dropped him for something.
they've got a lot better. The Chargers got a lot better on defense. So Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos. Moving on to the NFC. The NFC North. I have the Vikings winning that division.
Yeah.
I think Packers win.
Why?
Why? Who did Aaron Rodgers have to throw to?
They still have Aaron Jones. They still have AJ Dillon. They still have Jair Alexander. They still have all the pieces on defense.
They have good. They have good
They have a
defense,
good
and they have
defense.
they have good defense, and they have running backs.
and they have
But
an O line.
Aaron Rodgers is arguably the best quarterback in the league.
And
But
you guys
when
are
you
forgetting
don't
they
have,
drafted Christian Watson.
They got Sammy Watkins.
They drafted Christian Watkins.
I'm just saying he doesn't have the best receiver in the league to sling down bombs to all the time because he won. The Packers won a lot of games by just slinging passes and everything because they had that good receiver that could catch everything. That's why I think the Vikings beat the Packers. Now the Vikings I have 1, Packers I have 2. I have the Bears in last
Yeah.
So do I.
because the Lions got better, the Bears got worse.
The Bears have the worst roster in the league.
The Bears are the worst team in the league this year, other than maybe the Giants, the Falcons, or the Seahawks. Hey, they have a good receiving core. It all depends on how quarterback play is.
Horsecock Locke is going to take him.
I'm
The
just
Seahawks roster isn't even that bad.
if Locke can not suck this year, they've got
You have a top 3 receiving duo.
Top 3 receiving
If
duo,
our
and
running
Noah
back- if
Fant
our
can
ru-
catch too.
If our running back trio stays healthy, that's top 1.
That's yeah. The running back trio's good. The
O-line got better.
it still sucks.
No, it doesn't.
It's still not good.
It's not
You
bad.
guys picked up a bunch of meh,
And we drafted
O-line.
Charles Cross.
which you're not gonna get the greatest O lineman right out of the draft unless it's the Chiefs
Yep.
getting the best center in the league, Creed Humphrey.
Please stop talking.
Anyways, moving
Who's
on.
better than him?
Okay, don't ask me that.
Moving on to the NFC
Okay.
East, I have the Cowboys getting absolutely upset this year, and after they got
Cowgirls at 3.
What?
I'm the 2.
They're not
Eagles are winning this season, and they're making a deep playoff run too.
For sure.
Because and they're gonna win at least one game in the playoffs. is what I'm
Who's
saying.
they pick up?
They picked up
Brown. AJ Brown?
AJ. No.
Yeah,
Yeah, AJ Brown. They have Devontae Adams or
They got James
Devontae
Bradbury.
Smith.
They got James Bradbury.
They got a bunch of things that
I
they
really
need.
like the Jordan Davis pick.
Oh yeah, and he's huge too. He's a monster. Jordan Davis is like 6'7".
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Eagles got a lot better, and I think with I think they're gonna beat the Giants twice, beat the Commanders twice, split with the Cowboys. There's already 5 wins for them. Plus, they don't have that hard of a schedule because the whole NFC East has the worst schedules in the league because they all suck. So I have Eagles at 1, Cowboys at 2, Commanders at 3, Giants at 4.
That's what I have.
Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants.
The Commanders.
The Commanders aren't
They are not good.
great.
They are not good.
They aren't good either.
No, but that's easily.
But
their draft was not good.
They got a better quarterback.
What?
Carson Wentz is better than Taylor Heineke.
That was a lateral.
What? They moved up a little bit. It's not that they moved up a little bit, and then the Colts moved up a little bit, picking up Matt Ryan instead of Carson Wentz. It's all like this much of a movement.
Yeah.
They're not moving up that much, but it's still more. Moving on to the NFC South, the Bucs win this. If Tom Brady didn't play, I still think the Bucs would win this because they still have a good defense. They still have an elite receiving core.
The division sucks.
They could get a better running back, but Leonard Fournette's not that bad
I think Leonard Fournette was like top 5 last year.
in fantasy. Leonard Fournette was one of my fantasy running backs, and he definitely delivered last
He
year.
carried.
He's not the greatest running back, but he is
Yeah.
a good fantasy running back.
Yeah.
And then I have the Saints. Is that what you guys have to?
Yeah, I got
Bucs,
Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers.
Panthers, Falcons, because the Falcons have nothing. They don't have a quarterback. They have Marcus Mariota, and I think they picked up Desmond Mitter. They picked up Desmond Mitter.
I don't know, but who does
They have
the Panthers have? Like
They still have a decent
They have
defense.
Cam Newton, Sam Darnold.
Cam Newton sucks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sam
but
Darnold sucks.
but they're
I
better
think
than Marcus
Matt
Mariota.
Did they get Matt Hassel? Are you?
No.
Matt Cassell.
It's Matt. I can't remember if
Cassell.
it's Matt Corral or Sam Howell.
It's Matt Corral. No, they got Sam Howell.
No, the Commanders got Sam Howell.
Hey guys, sorry
Yeah.
for me being like an idiot. It's been a
You
long
are
day.
very dumb.
Anyways, no, the Falcons have all they have is Cordell Patterson, and
AJ
he's
Terrell.
getting old.
Gage?
They have
AJ
AJ Terrell on defense, and then they have
Calvin
Kyle
Ridley.
Pitts.
No, wait.
Calvin Ridley
Calvin Ridley suspended.
I
That's
know,
the point.
I know.
They don't have receivers. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a defense outside of AJ Terrell. They're the worst team in the league by far.
Didn't Cordell Patterson say he wants to play like corner or safety?
He can play everything.
He said quarterback.
He could. He literally could. I mean,
Anyways, moving on to the West.
yeah, the West. If you don't have the Seahawks in last, you're dumb.
I have the Seahawks in last.
Okay, Seahawks in last.
Whoa. I'm not biased.
The 49ers I have in third because the 49ers are having quarterback
That
trouble.
is also what I have.
And then
second over the I don't know. Yeah, no. Well, I think we all agree. Rams, Cardinals, Niners, Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because the Cardinals got a little better.
Mm-hmm.
They got rid of Christian Kirk, and I don't know why the Jags gave him so much money, but they gave him so much money. But the Cardinals are still good. Kyler Murray's getting better. Their team is relatively young and growing, except for Kyler Murray. But the Rams are obviously going to be the pick for first because they are defending Super Bowl champions. Of course, they have the hardest schedule in the league, but they're still really good. They picked up Allen Robinson. They don't have Odell anymore, but they picked up Allen Robinson. And they picked up Bobby Wagner. Now, they did lose Von Miller, but I think Von Miller's getting old, and I don't think he's as good as he was.
He got way over there.
Yeah, he did. But the Bills only get better. The Bills are only getting better. The only thing that I could have seen the Bills doing better is getting a running back. Because
they don't have
single yard carry.
I thought we were talking about the Rams.
We were, but I'm talking about the Bills because that's why Von Miller.
I don't think Von Miller was very happy with the Rams.
I think he was because he won a Super Bowl.
Well, no, I like that, but he was happy in Denver, and then he got traded out of the blue to go play there, and I don't think
he said he wanted to come back to the Broncos.
Yeah, and then he got paid more than anything.
Okay, so moving on to the playoffs. I'm gonna make up records as I go. Is what I think is gonna happen. So I have on the AFC. I had the Bills. I think they're gonna go. 14-3 this year. I think they're gonna be the team to beat for everybody. The Chiefs will still find a way to beat them in the AFC Championship, though. At 2, I have the Chargers going 12-5. But the whole AFC West is gonna they're all gonna be above 500.
Yeah.
Then I have the Ravens going. I have them also going 12-5. And then I have the Colts going 11-6 because they have such a bad division and they basically get at least 4 free wins. And then 5, 6, and 7, I have the Chiefs going 11-6. I have the Browns going 11-6, and I have the Raiders going 10-7.
I got the Bills at the 1 seed, Browns at the 2 seed, Chargers at the 3, Colts at the 4, Chiefs at 5, Bengals at 6, and Ravens at 7.
I got the Bills at 1, Chiefs at 2, Browns at 3.
Hang on. I thought you had the Broncos winning the division.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah,
Broncos 17-0. We're going all the way. Bills, Chiefs, Browns, Ravens at 5, Raiders at 6. Or no, Chargers at 5, Raiders at 6, Broncos at 7.
So you have the whole AFC making it, or AFC West.
But you don't have the Bengals making it?
The Bengals, I think they're still a good team. They have the best receiving core in the league, and they have the top 10 quarterback. But their O-line isn't great. Their defense isn't amazing.
Their O-line got a lot better.
Okay.
Their defense is still average.
Their defense is average. But the thing is they had one of the easiest schedules last year.
Yeah.
So now I think this year they play a bunch of playoff teams, and I don't see them winning all of them.
They're gonna make the playoffs.
I have them interchangeable with the Browns still. So either the Browns or the Bengals are gonna get the 6th seed.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I can see that.
Moving on to the NFC, I have Rams at 1. I have them going 13-4. I have the Vikings at 2 going 11-6. I have the Bucks also going 11-6, and I have the Eagles going 10-7. I have the Cardinals going 11-6. I have the Packers going 9-8, and I have the 49ers going 9-8.
I have the Rams at the 1, the Bucks at the 2, Eagles at 3, Packers at 4. Then the wild cards, Cardinals at 5, Vikings at 6, Cowboys at 7.
I got the Rams at 1, Bucks at 2, Eagles at 3, Vikings at 4, Packers at 5, 49ers at 6 for some reason.
Who'd you have at 7?
The Saints. Which,
The Saints aren't horrible. It all really depends. That they have a decent defense. They have a good running back. It all depends on.
Is he playing? He got
Kamara.
big trouble in Vegas. He
We don't know yet. We don't know yet. But anyways,
So
no,
he's
because
not-
they
he's not
don't
in jail
have
right now.
they don't have horrible receivers. Like if Michael Thomas comes back and actually plays good,
And they drafted Chris Olave.
they drafted Chris Olave too, and then it all depends really on how Jameis Winston plays, because he can play like he did when he won the scoring title or the yards passing yard title, or he could play like who. It all really depends on that, because the Saints could really make the playoffs, but they could also be below 500. It all kind of depends. So that's our predictions for the year. This season, I hope that Carl can be with us next time. He was sick. Yeah, we'll definitely come back and look on this video at the end of the season to see where everything landed, and hopefully we'll have an episode up soon. See you guys in the next one.